Yes, I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
And, if you guys are new here and you guys have never checked us out before, the Good Boys podcast, imagine us. We're friends. You're sitting at the table with us. We're talking all sorts of stuff. Movies, TV, games, the life, the world.
Entertainment stuff.
Yeah. So, in general, if you just want to be friends and want to be, in general, just sitting down and listen to us talk about stuff, well, hell, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, follow us, rate us, wherever you're listening to us to. We really do appreciate that. Tyler, how you been? It's been, again, we film this every other week. And
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Past 2 weeks, got a new job.
Nice. Congrats. We talked about that. We will not talk about on air what you got a job for, but it's fun. That's cool. Yeah. I love it. And, what have you been doing? Any games you've been playing? Still Borderlands?
Yeah.
Which will be time. It'll be a big topic about that. When we get to the Xbox event part of the notes, we'll kind of discuss what we feel about that sort of stuff. And
yeah, absolutely.
For me, I beat Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Really liked it. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Little repetitive. Definitely just if you're stuck playing the game, just play the story. Just play the story. Jin is one of the coolest protagonists, and I think it's one of the games that feels the most, what's the word? It's fulfilling. Mm-hmm. You feel like you grow. Like you start as this weak samurai, and you grow into the Ghost of Tsushima. You literally feel like this demonic presence. Like the suit I have right now, when I stab someone, if I sneak up behind someone, instead of just sneakily killing them, nope, I just cut their head off, clear off. Oh, and if anyone else sees it, it makes them run away. And so I'm like this demon to many people, and it's really cool how they're able to emphasize that. Like I'll ride into a town, I see Mongols are everywhere, kill them all real fast, save the town. You just feel like a total badass, and it's so awesome to see how they were able to do that. And Sucker Punch, I think, is the most underrated studio when it comes to like Sony's main powerhouse players, because they have Sly Cooper, but when you talk to people, they always talk about Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter. And then when it comes to the PS3, no one really talks about Infamous. People talk about The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War.
Yeah, it's... I feel like, honestly, in a weird kind of way, a lot of Sony exclusives kind of just get written off. Like, yes, they're amazing games, but they don't... Like, it's known that, like, yes, Sony has some of the best exclusives.
Yeah, they let their people know what they're doing.
Yeah, and... It's almost like with all these great, amazing exclusives, they all kind of get overshadowed by one another. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how examples like why they're kind of seen like as an underrated publishers, because there's so many great, you're going up against some of a lot of competition when you're with like that exclusive contract.
And you know what I do give?
Because you're going up against like trying to make your game better than Horizon, or just not better, but try to stand out. Because you have Guerrilla Games,
Santa Monica, Insomniac, Naughty Dog. I'm sure I'm missing quite a few. Quantic Dreams, the one who does like Heavy Rain, and they did that one robot game that I didn't play, the AI Future one. I didn't play. That's the only exclusive I actually didn't play this whole generation. Yeah, and I need to play it because I heard it's great. Mm-hmm.
And so just with that being said, I think it's just not how developers saying, all right, how can we make our games better, but how do we make them just stand out in a way, and keep that title, or just that people's opinion of Sony has some.
Which, when you look at Ghost of Tsushima, the number one thing that stands out, it's not the samurai stuff, it's the graphics, the colorfulness, the beautifulness. It's poetic. I mean, it looks like a painting. Like I've never taken as many screenshots as I did during this game because. It's drop dead gorgeous. It might be the most beautiful game I've ever looked at. Yeah. Graphic wise, I'd still probably give it The Last of Us or Death Stranding, just because those graphics are unimaginable.
Yeah, and that's like what I mean. It's like it's not developers saying how do we make our games better. It's how do we make them stand out and
and this is what I want.
This is our game.
This is the fastest selling original IP on the PS4. Awesome.
Which is pretty crazy to think about.
Which this goes to show, guys, Sony, Microsoft, we want new exclusives. We want new IP. We still want the older stuff. We want sequels that deserve sequels and go on.
Or even, like, example, like we kind of talked about here on Sony, if you're listening, Resistance. Like,
please bring it back.
Bring it back, or just like bring it back and reimagine it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is Resistance, but do kind of like a Call of Duty where like this is Modern Warfare. It's just our like a different take on it,
I'll
more
say
mature.
This. So I got asked, and I actually wanted to discuss it on this podcast. My friend asked me, should I get the PS5 or the Xbox? And I said, in a perfect world,
honestly,
you get both.
that's actually a great question because honestly, that's probably what a lot of people have.
I actually want
probably
to discuss
listening
this
to
with
this.
you.
Yeah.
So for me personally, and I actually might cut this out and just do a separate whole video thing for it. So, for me, in perfect world, I'm getting both. And that's just the truth. I love games. I want to be able to experience both exclusives. But realistically, everyone can probably only get one. Because I remember in my household, when I was younger, my parents told me, you can have one console. So I always had to switch out and change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always had I had a 360, a PS4, and then I said, oh, wait, I have a fucking job now. I can buy whatever I want.
And you're in a position where you're able to afford it too.
Yes, and that's the thing. And I find good deals, and you wait. Yeah. But for me, I want both. Am I spoiled for that? Absolutely. But do I want them? Yes, because they're both better versions, and I love playing games. Yeah. That's my it's an
entertainment
pastime.
It's an entertainment investment on yourself.
Plus, I can do videos on them, stuff like that. So, and maybe even write them off. That's just the truth. I wrote off a lot of things last year.
It comes. So it's like a for you, and you're just a different person. I'll give my opinion on it, but for you, let's just say okay, so for example, Zach is in a different position. He has a YouTube channel where he is able to review it, have people come to his channel because they enjoy it, because they want that information. He is able to not so much cater, but create content that people want to see.
Yeah.
Zach's a little bit different in this situation.
Yeah, that's why I said in a perfect world, but most likely everyone's only going to get one or the other.
Or one and then eventually get the other one.
Yeah.
So for example, for me, I'm more of the average user.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge gamer, but I can probably...
You love games.
I love games.
When they stand out.
Exactly. And I'll give you... So my personal opinion on should you get the Xbox or should you get the PlayStation or whatever, it should go down to what kind of gamer are you? Are you someone that likes to not really be bothered by your friends if you just want to sit down and just want to play a game? Think about that, because I know some people got an Xbox because all their friends were on it.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people, go for that. You'll enjoy...
Follow your friends. Most of your friends are on PlayStation?
Yeah,
get
and
the PlayStation.
It's not really like being a sheep thing. It's more of you're a gamer or someone that enjoys games with multiple people. That is where you're going to get your enjoyment. Yeah. Don't go... If all your friends are going to Xbox, but you like all the exclusives for PlayStation, think about that. Are you the gamer that's I'm fine not playing with my friends and just only playing these amazing exclusives, and maybe finding a few friends that get a PlayStation? Go with that. You'll probably enjoy that more.
That's what I told my friends. So here's the thing. Xbox and PS5, there's a slight difference with the consoles.
You might, honestly, I think when everything comes out, I don't think you'll be able to notice a big difference.
No. And from what I understand, Xbox will have slightly better processing power for graphics and probably playing graphics and the 60 frames per second at the same time. PlayStation will have extremely fast loading times. That's the biggest thing, which is another reason to why they've kind of been iffy on the backwards compatibility. I think they're still trying to figure that out. Mm-hmm. Can this thing run a different thing? Yeah. The Xbox can. They've already said it. It can run 360, one original Xbox. That's a big thing,
and I wonder how they're able to achieve that, though.
It's because the SSD. That's a big thing. So Sony, the way that I understand the way they've said it, is that if they were to throw in a PS2 game, so say you want to play Jak and Daxter, the original one, you got the PS2 disc, you want to play it, you put it in, it'll be loading so fast that the game won't be able to catch up because the game wasn't made for this.
Gotcha.
The Xbox takes the hit in that department because while they'll still have loading screens, everything will still run better.
Gotcha.
So it's different. But again, that it really comes down...
That's a technical aspect of it. That should not be...
Yeah. Now, if you want backwards compatibility, right now it looks like Xbox. But there are rumors that PlayStation's looking for it. Because I think they know we're hitting that department.
Yeah.
But PlayStation knows one thing. They have the best damn exclusives.
Yeah.
If I were to do a top 10 list from the last generation,
and they don't,
I think one game from Xbox would land on there.
And that's and I feel like, again, Sony, like you said, knows it, but they don't flaunt it. They very subtly, look at, example, their whole event that they did,
Yes.
right? They didn't they just showed exactly what they needed to for people to get hooked.
Yep.
All their amazing Horizon. How they know that this is a huge fucking game.
And you know what I give them a shout out on? They didn't show God of War.
Nothing.
They showed Spider-Man.
They didn't even mention shit. They only showed things that were this is coming out. They didn't show little bits of trailer. No, they showed gameplay.
Yeah. And they showed just enough of new stuff and older stuff. A lot of new stuff. Which, again, is something that we were wanting this generation. We want the sequels, too, but we want players to go into a different avenue. But so that's my thing. If you're the guy who loves, as of right now, this can change this depending on what Xbox does.
Hell, and also getting a stimulus check. But don't blow your whole stimulus check on both fucking consoles.
If you're poor, please save your money.
Save your money. Think about what you need and your priorities.
So, but this is my thing. I want to say, people need to understand this. Be smart with your money, but also when you're trying to decide between the two, look at the exclusives. That's gonna be, and where are your friends going? If most of your friends are going to the Xbox and you want to play with them, pick the Xbox. But if you're wanting to more play the exclusives, because personally for me, I don't play as many online games as anymore. I play them casually. I'm a casual gamer when it comes to multiplayer.
Yeah.
But when it comes to story and all that stuff, I am hardcore into that. Cyberpunk, I can eat its ass at this point. And again, you may have talked about this.
I'm going to probably quit both my jobs. I'm going to drop out of college and upload my conscience to that game.
Yeah, VR it pretty much. But God, dude, it has to be a 10 out of 10. You know that. Right?
I'm optimistic, but I'm also realistic.
You know, what is it? CD
Project
Red?
Project.
They will not release that game unless they know it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, me and you talked about it I think I talked to you about it a little bit, but also briefly with George, because everybody that knows George, he was a huge Witcher fan.
Yeah,
huge Witcher fan, and I asked
top 10 games of all time.
Yeah, and I asked him, George, how bad were the bugs when Witcher 3 came out? And he looked at me and started cracking up laughing.
Did he tell you about the one I encountered?
Yeah. And we talked about this. Is CD Projekt Red is not going to release a game that has something like that. They've learned from their mistakes, and I applaud them because they are learning from their mistakes and say we're not going down that route. And they've been very vocal about we want to ship this game where it's not even a live service. It is and it's perfect.
We don't even have to do a day one patch.
They don't want that, and I can only but applaud. I'm pissed off that I'm still waiting for this game, but I can only applaud.
I still think the smarter thing, push it till summer next year.
I don't know. I mean, if it has to come to that, sure. My thing would definitely be, if you can, just launch it as next gen.
You and me have said it. It should be.
It doesn't need... I mean, you want it summer. I understand why you want it in summer. It'd be a perfect timing window because nothing's going to be out.
It should launch with next gen. Right. Or at least a little bit afterwards.
And also releases it for previous gen. Because
you know why
there's going to be some people that are not going to have a next gen
console. If they can't get this to every country, they won't launch it. That's another big thing.
I think they will, because there's always been product launches that say, okay, usually the Americas usually get products first, and then
or Japan. It's either
and then they slowly roll out to other countries. Apple's known to do this with a lot of their stuff. I
guess we'll find out. I mean, and this is the thing. Again, if you're looking for the PS5 or Xbox One, again, either
think
what
about
are your friends
what you're
going to.
Yeah.
And are you just looking for story? Because if you're looking for just exclusives, PlayStation has the best market. But I will give Xbox this. They have Halo 6 looks cool. It looks cool.
Yeah, actually, so there's someone that grew up playing Halo, and if there's some people that were probably wondering your opinion on it. I'm happy with it. There's just some things I don't like about it. I don't like how the brutes look.
Yeah.
Because I think the animation from the brutes from Halo 2 were way better.
So I'll be honest.
And it
looks like they're going more cartoony.
I don't want to say cartoony, but just
Halo
more...
1 at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like how they brought some things back. I like how the elites look like elites now.
The thing I love, the combat. Because the combat looks like OG Halo.
I don't like the running. I don't think
the running looks like the original one. That's why I like it.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't like the running, and I don't like the new maybe because they even said 343. I said there's certain the new shotgun. That's a replacement of the OG.
Dude, they brought back the pistol though. They brought back the Magnum from the original.
No, it's not.
That's not the original?
Hell no, it's not.
I'm replaying the original right now. It looks
Hell
the same.
no. Yeah, that's what a lot of people were pissed off about. I'm happy that they're no longer ADS. It's more of like a smart link thing where you're trying to aim down your sights or aim to get a zoom. It's not you're aiming down.
Kind of like it's kind of like
for people that played Halo, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying that it's kind of like Doom. That's what I've been saying. Halo should just go back to how it was.
Yeah.
But it's more interesting. I'm more to be honest, Halo was like the last thing I even cared about at that event. It looked cool. It was fine. They opened right with it. Cool. I wanted to see multiplayer from Halo, to be honest. That's the thing I was more interested in. But I get it. They were just showing the demo. I'm going to be honest, though.
I like how it's kind of open world.
I don't believe that game will launch fully. Like, it will launch when it's supposed to, but it's going to be rushed. They built this game from the ground up in a new engine.
Yeah.
Which...
So that also, that build that they showed was also an old build.
Which I get.
And the trailer, with I'm not sure if you saw the one with the energy sword.
Yeah.
That is what it's supposed to be looking like.
So I guess we can only hope. But how many times have we seen an event and then it turns out like...
And if you even played it, like, did you watch like a detailed video on like the demo, like why it was like textures were bad, lighting was bad,
they shouldn't
clouds in the distance
were
like...
shouldn't have even shown it.
They should have... I don't know why they showed that demo and not the demo where it was the trailer. Like, because I think current build.
I think it's... Because that trailer is a CGI. CGI rendered to look different than a gameplay. It's always going to look different. Mm-hmm. I think it's because the gameplay is still not fully bugged out. And what they showed... That it's like the less glitchy session, what they can do. And that's why I said I'm kind of worried that... But, okay, talking about other things. So, because one of our notes, we're just going to skip right to it. The Xbox event. Again, PS5, Xbox, pick what you want.
Like, if you pick what you want, and in a way, be really selfish with yourself and think about... Because, again,
what
finances,
are you getting
money,
PS5?
Just stuff like that. Think about where you're like where your money's going to go and where you're going to get the most enjoyment for your $3. I'm going to get... Most likely a PlayStation.
Okay.
And I've even... most likely
because you're mostly lone wolf now on it.
Yeah. Right? And like, I'm a gamer that's like... I'm not a hardcore gamer. Mm-hmm. I barely have time...
Are you getting the digital version?
Maybe. I don't know. It depends also the price. But again, like you said, I'm like a lone wolf. I'm a person... Like, I play the shit out of God of War. Yeah. I don't need other people to play with to enjoy a game.
Don't you just hate when you're playing a story mode and someone just invites you?
Yeah.
And then you have to go offline, and then you forget to go back online.
My biggest thing that I hate with playing with people is, so like example, playing Borderlands.
Yeah.
When I'm ready to go do something, I'm not a person that, like, again, when I'm playing a game, I'm even fast playing games. I'm trying to get shit done. So when I'm trying to like go to a different destination, someone's in a menu, I'm like, get the fuck out of your menu.
And come on, let's go.
Like, I want, like, get out of your menu. Let me travel to this nearest place. Then you can open up back your menu.
And I know.
Oh my god.
We all know those people.
Come on.
But that's my thing.
Like, I want to play a game, not just.
I want to play the game. I don't have all fucking day to play this damn game. I got a couple hours.
I don't got disposable time like that anymore. I wish I did.
Like, I can jump in the menu. I know what I gotta look for. I don't
sell.
Yes. Damn it! I sold the wrong thing. Buy it back. Sell.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor shit. I'm poor now. That's how it works. Everyone knows those type of people, and we kind of love them.
And so I'm like, I'm gonna be chilling, playing, doing my own thing.
So let's go to the Xbox event. Xbox event. What for me? 3 things actually stood out to me. First off, when Double Fine Studios came up and they showed Psychonauts, this is completely off topic.
I said,
okay, just surprise me with Brutal Legends too. I see Jack Black, surprise me. It didn't happen. I'm gonna be honest. I think eventually we will get that.
I don't remember anything from the Xbox. Honestly, I remember 2 things. I remember that they finally showed Scorn, which was a really grotesque game that's been in development for a long time by that indie. I don't know what it's about. I don't know.
I agree.
I know the title of the game. I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like... Actually, I do know how to describe it. It is 100% inspired by H.R. Giger.
Yeah.
If you know who H.R. Giger is, obviously it doesn't need an explanation. If you don't know who H.R. Giger is, he is an artist that eventually, unfortunately passed away a few years ago, but he is basically the father and godfather of what Alien is.
Yeah.
He all like that.
Which looks cool for that.
Oh, yeah, but it's like... Do yourself a favor, people that are listening... just open up Google and type in H.R. Giger and just see some of his artwork. It is the most. It's beautiful, but yet very, very disturbing. Mm-hmm. It's just. It's like it's art.
Yeah,
you have it's an appreciation thing.
Speaking in that same realm, Medium, that Medium game where it showed two different worlds, cool looking game. The fact that they said both worlds will be loading at the exact same time, cool stuff. For me, the two big things.
Oh, and that other game that was like that ninja, like crazy in the rainstorm. Remember?
Yeah.
You know,
everyone thought it was gonna be Ninja Gaiden. Everyone thought it was gonna be Ninja Gaiden.
I didn't think it was Ninja Gaiden. I was like, is this Titanfall?
Oh, true. I miss Titanfall. Titanfall 2, one of the most underrated games of this last console. I can't believe it sold terribly. But that's their fault for putting it right between Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Yeah, they just didn't think about how to release it right.
Let me say this. The two things that I've remembered from there is Avowed, which is from the guys who did Outer Worlds, which is a really fun game, and Crossfire X. Now, Avowed, first off. We only got a trailer. That's it. They pretty much said this is the next big Elder Scrolls game, which I'm for, because Outer Worlds is pretty much Fallout, but what I've wanted Fallout to be since 3. And Avowed looks amazing. Avowed looks awesome, and I'm really impressed with that trailer, and we're probably not going to get it for another year and a half or so, but the fact that that is a brand new IP in a fantasy world, like did you see the trailer?
I told you I don't remember anything.
So there's a part where where the guy does some Doctor Strange thing with one hand, and then fucking pulls out a sword and lights it on fire, and it just looks awesome. And I like, again, new IP. That's what I want. And I love this studio. I love what they're doing. They're putting it into a new engine, which is, again, my biggest issue with Bethesda. They've used the same damn engine since the fucking PS2, pretty much. Now, Crossfire X, though. It pops up, and I go, oh, it's cool. Looks like a cool shooter. And cool graphics, everything like that. And it's actually a game from Japan that's an only online game. So they're bringing it to the Xbox as an exclusive. But the story mode is done by Quantic. They're the ones who made Alan Wake, Max Payne, and Control. The second I saw that, I said, fucking sold. I'm buying the game first day. And it's a first day game. But the graphics, the gameplay, it looks like Killzone mixed with Call of Duty. But like, I think they said it's 120 frames per second. And just looks fucking awesome. I love it. And shout out to Grounded, that like Honey I Shrunk the Kids game. It's on Game Pass right now, the beta is. It looks cool. You're pretty much these kids who get shrunk into your backyard and you have to kill ants. And I was like, okay, I love Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I gotta try it. So overall, though, a lot of people were disappointed by this event, and I don't know why, because it was just...
I told you. I watched it. I don't remember anything from it.
See, unmemorable.
There's nothing that stood out to me.
I think the Sony one was better, though. 100%.
Yeah, because I remember it. I'm telling you, just blame things. Like, I remember the Sony one because everything they showed was memorable. They showed amazing.
Yep.
Again, how can you not, or how could you forget Horizon? How could you forget Ratchet and Clank? How can you forget all these?
Spider-Man swinging around the snow.
And it's all these games that are exclusives.
Yep.
That have held the test of time for PlayStation. Like, yes, there has been plenty of Ratchet and Clank games that I have never played. Wrote them off. I don't even know how many games are made by them.
There's like 25.
Exactly. But they showed that, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a person that didn't play any of them, but I was like, if I get since I'm getting a PlayStation, if I have time to play, I'll probably play it.
Yeah.
Because it looks good. But the only two things that stood out for Xbox was that one game scoring that I've known about for a few years.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool, it's coming to the PlayStation. I didn't know it was coming to consoles.
Coming out afterwards, they did interview the Coalition, the guys who do Gears.
Yeah.
And they said, yes, we're working on the next Gears game, but we're also working on a brand new IP. Which, cool. Oh, I literally forgot the thing I wanted to talk about the most. Fable. Finally fucking announced the new Fable game. But I'm going to be honest. I was pretty pissed that it was literally only a CGI trailer. This game has been in development for 4 years.
We shouldn't even be talking about this shit.
Yeah.
But if they didn't show, because we said, if they don't show
the actual gameplay
and they just do an announcement, okay, cool, you announced something that we already knew.
The only thing that's interesting about this, and this goes to the talk that we were talking about in your room before this.
This is an interesting topic.
So this is why I want to talk about it, and this is why I kind of left Fable for last. It leaked out that it's probably going to be an MMO. They want Fable to be the next World of Warcraft, apparently.
Yeah.
Now, if this rumor is true, I like it and I don't, because I do love my original Fable. I do love my own story, how you create and destroy your world. But an MMO world and Fable with... Because here's the thing, World of Warcraft is outdated at this point. The graphics are fucking shit. They need to...
Oh, yeah.
That is a game I would literally say, if they announce World of Warcraft tomorrow, World of Warcraft 2 tomorrow, it's making $1 billion.
First day.
First day. But and you know why? Because everyone who's
there's already a fan base.
Yep.
Everybody would just because if, and that's like what okay. So what this whole topic is really about is games now transitioning from you no longer buy a game and you have it and you pay for like a season pass and then you get a new one. This is now like what World of Warcraft has done where it's a subscription base where. Pretty much we're all living in a world of subscription-based services.
Which is the smartest way to get people in, because Game Pass. Do I use that thing every month? Probably not. But I'm paying $15 a month for it, and that's the best damn deal you could possibly get. Because when I want to play a game, Xbox exclusive comes out, I don't have to pay $60.
But it also depends on what you're getting from the subscription, the person that you are. So for me, example, because... I'm just your casual gamer.
Yeah.
I'm a person that, like, if there's a game that comes out and I'm with it, I'm going to go
that, though,
insane.
It's rumored they're getting rid of the online pay.
Yeah. So, if, like, say, Sony comes out with a subscription base, right, where it's like...
Which they did try with PlayStation Now.
They did.
But they need to upgrade it.
And so, like, if it's more... Like, if this would be actually a really good way for... Xbox and PlayStation to like Xbox has it where you pay for their Xbox Pass and you already get all their exclusives for free, right? PlayStation should do that the same. If you pay the subscription, you get
all the
exclusives
and more. Can I tell you something?
For me,
do you think Sony is talking about this right now?
Oh,
how do we compete with Game Pass?
It has to, and for
me, that's big pro to the Xbox.
Yeah,
that is a giant pro for the Xbox.
So if I look at Xbox. No, it's not worth the money for me. I don't play enough games to get that value back. But with PlayStation, maybe because we talked about it, they have a better exclusive library.
And then imagine if they're like, "Hey, remember the old? If you want to feel nostalgic, remember the old Jak and Daxter?
Yeah, if they
can down.
Yeah, so
and that's you know what? That's a smart way. How you have
do a cross or back.
Yeah, backwards compatible. All through that, but it's
PlayStation.
Digitally. We're selling ideas.
Dude, we're selling ideas right here. If you want to get, I think they should do that. Because at that point, I don't know, again, I'm not a coder, gamer, person, self-developer, anything like that.
They can do it.
I wonder if it'd be easier instead of like, hey, if you have an old
disc,
pop it in.
The disc thing is cool, definitely. I get that. Cool. Like, I would like that for
right?
But at the same time, I would pay at least $20 a month.
I would not pay anything over $20 a month.
I would do $20. 25 is the highest I
wouldn't pay 20 for me, because again, I don't think I'm going to get that full $20 back. 15, I could easily see that.
Yeah.
Because we live in a subscription-based world. This is why I'm like,
everyone has their own streaming service.
Exactly. So like people out there right now, because we all live in this world, how many services are you paying for?
Yeah.
Right? It's expensive when you
it
start
when it adds up.
So, all right, for me, Spotify, that's about it. I don't pay for anything else. Mm-hmm. I don't pay for Netflix. My brother uses my Netflix because I get Hulu.
Yep.
With my Spotify button because I'm a student.
Yep.
Thank God.
You also get Showtime.
And I get Showtime. I don't ever use Showtime, but that's how we use our services, and that's a smart thing to do.
For me, I mean, again,
and that's also how you'd be able to like cut down your costs. But if you're just one person, you say, all right, everybody listens to music, right? Everybody will have either
Apple,
whatever it is,
Spotify.
Right? That's like what, $10 to $15 maybe.
Yeah.
And then you throw in, all right, probably everybody has Netflix, so how much is that?
Yeah.
Right.
And then how many people have a gym membership? That don't even go.
That's a big one too. That don't even go or use it. That's why
people don't get it.
And even right now, it's like, you should honestly think about canceling your gym service,
my
right?
Gym, I haven't paid in 5 months.
Oh, really?
The second everything shut down, they stopped it all. And then when they opened back up for like a couple of weeks, they said this month's free.
So that's also like a crazy thing. Just more on like a gym things. Like, is it really worth having it right now? That's a different topic. But just like think about like all the services that you pay for.
How much do you actually use them?
Exactly.
Because that's my thing. Like I have HBO Max, Disney Plus, Hulu through Spotify, Netflix through my parents. But like I've done so many deals. So like one of the things I've done is like Disney Plus. I don't have to pay for it for the next 3 years. I just did this big thing where it's pretty much you pay for a year and a half and you get it for 3 years.
Oh yeah.
When that deal came out, I said, "Fuck."
I actually think Disney still has that deal,
and they should. It's a great deal.
And I actually thinking about getting Disney. I still don't have it.
You should.
I need to.
It's fun.
Or I shouldn't say I need to. I'm thinking about it. But my thing is that I don't want to pay for Disney and pay for HBO Max. I want either or.
Yeah.
I understand but that's my thing. It's like, what am I really going to watch on Disney Plus other than Star Wars?
Yeah. Which then again,
and
this is what people don't get. You can
get
the streaming service for that 1 month after it's done.
Right.
Or if you want to watch it week to week, you can do that.
Or you can find someone like that has it and you can what I like to do, it's like a trading, like we trade services, right?
Yeah. You have HBO Max, I got Disney Plus.
Like, hey, give me your login. I trade you my login. I know a lot of companies hate that.
Well, they're trying to figure out how to stop that.
Yeah.
But it's almost near impossible because here's the thing. Like, if you pay for Netflix and you have 4 family members, well, what if one of those family members goes to college? What if one person lives here? And you're all paying for it.
You can't stop that.
You can't. You just have to go with it.
And honestly, I feel like in a way, it's like you should have, I would say, yes, have a max limit because that's the only way a company would be able to kind of stop that thing of how many users.
Which most do.
Yeah.
And then if you
want
want
more,
smart.
You pay I'm fine. More. Like, I would say everybody's completely fine with that.
Yeah.
But I think companies trying to figure out how to stop that when they're already making a lot of money, it's just like you're just kind of being a little greedy in a way.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing it from one lens.
I agree. I agree with you.
Simple case in fact, like, yes, it's cheap when you're just like, all right, yeah, you get all this great content for a nice price. But it's like, come on, guys. You know that, like, if I'm buying one service, I have, like, 5 other services that I'm probably paying for.
Yeah. I know. And that's the thing. It's a giant streaming war. And that's, again, PlayStation, Xbox
and then
gets
bring
that.
it back.
Xbox
it's
gets
like
that.
Yeah.
PlayStation's tried that PlayStation Now. It's a cool service because they actually tried legit having you stream it. And I think Xbox working their way there. PlayStation... I mean, so they're rumored to be having an event in August, which is going to show God of War 6, apparently, or God of War 5, apparently, hopefully.
Whatever it is.
But they're also supposed to show the price. Guarantee the pre-order will go up that day. You know what I mean? Like, they will announce a lot, and Xbox is also supposed to have one in August. Coincidence enough. Who's going to say the price? Whatever. Going to the live service thing, though, this is something. We're living, if you are in a big online game, like Destiny, Division... What else do we have? Destiny, Division. I even told you Borderlands, I think, should fucking do this. Anything that's like we're a big RPG
you have
or
a big
giant
community
world,
base.
a giant community, you do not need to make a sequel right away.
Or you just like, I don't even need to really make a sequel. No. Just keep on, like what we talked about. There's a game called Warframe where it's been Warframe. They haven't made Warframe 1, but every major DLC, it's that title. It's Warframe and then that title, the big major DLC. And from when the game was first released to what it is now, it's like a night and day difference from graphics, shadows, like everything from the ground up. And they didn't do anything. They've never had a disc. It's free to play. It's just a really like.
Yeah, they have.
I think Warframe is the most underrated live service game. And
I'm not big on it, but I agree.
It's more of like how they have marketed the game to people that want to play. Like, it's free to play. Yes, they're in-game purchases, but everything that you can buy, you can earn through just playing the game. It's gonna take a lot of fucking time.
Yeah.
But it's not. There's nothing in the game that's going to restrict you from not being able to achieve or get something that someone else has. And I like that.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I'm just curious to see where it all goes. Destiny 2, we don't need a Destiny fucking 3. Just give us Destiny
just whatever
add-ons.
update.
World of Warcraft, you need a fucking update. You need a sequel at this point. You know, there are times and places that, you know, you do need to. And I think we're living in a world where people love MMOs, but in these giant open world things, for some reason I thought you were about to throw up.
It was like burping, dude.
I was like, some reason I thought about a cat.
Oh,
like,
God.
Or like, you know, like we've all had pets where like you're sleeping in the middle of the night and you hear, and you're just like, bitch, if you fucking throw up, I'm gonna kick your ass. Don't. And then they do it.
That's unfortunate.
So, like my dogs, Jesus Christ, every fucking night.
No dogs on my bed.
No, I kick them off. I'm like, I hear you throwing up. Get the fuck off. You're
There's
going.
only a few times where I'll let a dog on my bed and sleep with me, but
I feel that.
majority because of that reason. I'm not trying to have you throw up
Or poop. Or pee.
Yeah.
Or any of that stuff. So it's interesting, man. I love video games. You and me both love video games. It's so curious to see what the future of gaming is going to truly be this next generation. I think this next generation, and now there's even rumors that the Switch is going to be coming out with a new version next year to compete, which I have to give them. That little chip has so much on it. Like, the fact that The Witcher 3, Skyrim are all on there is insane to me.
I agree, but like, look at some example, the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
Technology is getting so
Well, like you said, your
insane.
iPad is stronger than your Mac.
The MacBook, yeah, because of just more of like the guts, the
Mm-hmm.
internals. Apple's own silicon and what they're able to do with the power. Like, there's no fans in this iPad. It's super thin, but it can game. It's just how...
Like, you're going to be able to game on the Xbox on there when they have that whole cloud thing.
Well, right now you can game on here if you have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
And yes, that's streaming it, and it's not like running that hard, but it's still be able to keep up with the graphics, whatever. I'm not a technical person. I don't know really. I'm not an expert on this stuff.
We talked the basics.
Yeah, it's just it comes down to now is like just chips and processing power and stuff like that is becoming smaller and more powerful. Like, think about remember. Okay, so easy example to think about this. Think about your memory card for the PlayStation 1 and 2. Remember how all right. Remember how big that was, and remember how many gigs that held?
Yeah.
It's like 1 or 2 gigs.
Which is crazy to think back now.
Yeah, and now we have terabyte plus storage in our game systems.
Yeah.
But games
or like terabytes in like this big thing.
This little tiny thing, this like SSD card. It's so it's just more of like that. It's like it's just becoming more powerful, and I think it's crazy what they were able to do with the Switch.
It really is. So I'm excited, and you know what else is crazy? Going on to the news, Universal and AMC. So did you hear about this when AMC said we'll never play a Universal film again, like a couple months back? Did you hear about this? So AMC said this because Universal was like, we're gonna do VOD for all of our films for quite a while, and that's the future of all this. Well, that's obviously gonna piss off a theater chain because you're pretty much telling people they can rent it at home instead of going to the movie theaters. And they have like contracts and deals with these studios that, hey, you are promising to play this film in theaters. So it started with Trolls, and it's kind of just gone downhill from there. Well, they just struck a huge deal where pretty much Universal and AMC have come up with a deal with big films like Fast and Furious, Jurassic World, that we will play them in our theaters, but after 17 days, we can put them on VOD, which is huge. I don't know if they'll actually do this. I think it depends on more of the world and how the world is and where it's at. But it's something I wanted to mention and kind of get to you. Is this something that you see? Because, you know...
I can see it happening because it's very unpredictable right now. Of like, when are we able to go and have a normal life? Mm-hmm. Like, old normal? Because this
I don't think we'll ever...
This
is... We're in a generational shift where I feel like everything's changing and we're living in it. Yeah. And our kids... will grow up
living a different life. But that's also another thing. It's like I want to believe that. I think we're having a culture shift, but I just seeing how people act,
immaturities.
People still are not washing their hands when they use a bathroom.
Oh my god, dude, this.
And I want to say like this is more of the laws of human nature.
Do you want to hear what I heard someone say at my work? So, I'm not gonna.
No names, no where you worked, anything like that. That's why
this lady comes out of the bathroom. She's not even an associate. She's just a customer. But I've seen her in there all the time. I will never ring her up again. She goes, God, I hate washing my hands. They get also this. So she goes, I'm just not going to do it anymore. And then guess what else she says? She goes, but you know what? Like, I'm finally using that toilet paper seat cover for the public restrooms. She goes, I used to never use it, but now I am. Why the fuck weren't you using that before? Do you know how many germs can latch onto your ass? How do you feel about this?
Look, if you wanted... The way you use public restrooms, like when you use them, in that way, whether you're using number 1 or number 2, because that's all the bathroom really should be used for is number 1 or number 2. Yeah. That's none of my business. If you want to put toilet paper down on that, go ahead. If you don't, whatever. But simple case in fact, when you use a restroom, when you walk into a restroom, actually, if you touch anything in there, you need to wash your hands.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if you use the restroom or not, because for me, I still know that there are still people that don't wash their hands. So those people are touching everything in there that I touch. Yep. I'm washing my hands when I leave the restroom.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in my right to say this, and I think everybody else is understandable. If you don't wash your hands, you're disgusting.
Yep.
You're a horrible person. Simple case, like I'm calling those people out. You are a horrible person if you don't wash your hands when you use the restroom.
You're gross.
It's scientific fact.
Wash your fucking hands. It's not hard. It takes literally. You know people who don't wash their hands?
And I don't care if it dries out your hands.
Yeah, but you know what else? It's lazy people. You're fucking lazy if you don't want to wash your hands.
No, I don't even know if it's lazy people. I don't care who it is. If you don't wash your hands, you're gross. And you are a horrible person.
Literally. Terrible human being.
So, like, that's why I'm like, I think we're living in a culture change. But I still see things like this. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I even heard people... I mean, again, this is to be determined when we actually are able to go out and do certain things again. Mm-hmm. But people said, like, yeah, through this whole pandemic has made me realize, like, the value of certain things. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be more, like, conscious about my money and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, if that is true, awesome. Cool. I hope everybody is being, buying things that are meant to last, not having an abundance of things.
Well, and it's just like,
and that's cool.
When we opened back up, my store was just filled with people.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, it's to be determined when we go back to that normality, because I want to say,
but it's like, for me, if you guys want to shop like that, wear a fucking mask. Wash your fucking hands. Don't be fucking gross. You hear Black Friday, Walmart, Target aren't open on Thursday. It's the first time in fucking 25 years. Wow. And that's probably going to be the norm. I don't see Best Buy. I don't see many others. I think Cyber Monday, though, will start that Thursday, though.
Cyber Monday is going to be off the chain this year.
Yeah. Because
it's going to be a... You think that's also... I also was talking about this to my good friend Alex.
Yeah.
Because he ordered some shoes for his girlfriend for her birthday. And I was talking to him yesterday, and they were supposed to arrive today. And I'm like, he's going out to check the mail. I'm like, did you check to see if it was here? And he's like, no, it said guarantee by this day. I'm like, did you check? Mm-hmm. And he goes and he's like, sure enough, it's not in there. I'm like, yeah, of course it's not in there. Why would you think it's going to be guaranteed through this whole thing? And I told him, like, I don't think when companies say it's guaranteed this day, I think it's not. I think it's a way for people to buy it that day thinking that they're going to get it guaranteed. And I think what is happening is that they're able to say that, and you can't necessarily sue them for false advertisement because they're backed by the government through this whole thing of COVID-19.
And most websites, when you do order, if you look at the fine thing, it says COVID-19.
Right? They always have, like,
every website. So, like, I bought, San Diego Comic-Con was Comic-Con at home, whatever. Yeah. They had a bunch of Funko Pops went up. Well, like, Anchorman. Love that movie. They had, like, 3 exclusive ones go up there. So I ordered them. Well, like, I finally got a tracking number today saying, hey, they'll be by here, but COVID has affected it. It's like 2 of my other friends already have them. Mm-hmm. But again, COVID has affected every other area differently, so you never know.
And I can even... I've been even on the other opposite end. I've actually been on both ends, where I ordered the screen protector for the iPad like 2 months.
Yeah.
Ordered it, and it took 2 months to arrive.
Yep.
I ordered, I can't remember what I just recently ordered. I ordered something. It said it was going to arrive Wednesday. It arrived Monday.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I was like, oh, cool. I got
It's
it
here.
quicker before
It's here.
than it said. And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, at this point, I don't even
Cool.
check the tracking number anymore. I'm just like, all right, I'm going to let it do its thing.
Yeah,
When it's
like-
here, it's a surprise.
Right. I'm like, all right, it says that it'll be arrived on this date. I'm expecting it this week. Not this day. Sometime within this week. Hopefully.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next month.
Like my Midsummer Director's Cut's supposed to come in today. Says 1 to 3. It'll probably be 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like,
Who knows how it works?
Yeah, it's-
But also, you know what? Something we need to stop looking at is movie release dates, game release dates, everything, because they just keep shifting. Tenet is the one that has shifted around 4 or 5 times.
you just in general, it's like don't really like get yourself so.
No,
Nothing's, like,
what's funny?
guaranteed
I was
right
gonna
now.
do a video, top 10 most anticipated videos for the top 10 anticipated movies for the rest of the year. I can't do it.
It might
Because
get pushed.
you know what? I literally had my list written out.
Yeah.
Top Gun and Quiet Place 2 were both in there. They got shifted to 2020. So I literally said, you know what? When I hear movie theaters are open, I still don't even know if I can do it.
No.
But Tenet is now officially going a weird style. They're doing a different type of release date, which I was actually saying this last week to my friend on a different podcast. Not every state is different. You got to eventually just start releasing these damn fucking movies. If, say, Texas has their theaters open and California doesn't, fucking release it in Texas. If that sucks for California, if they can't get their shit handled, but it's the truth. So this is the way they're doing it now. So
and I'm if they go that route, I'm interested to see what happens with like again, that might be a little bit of a culture shift because
it's a different type of style.
it's a different type of style, but it will also affect something else, which just sales
box
worldwide.
office.
Yeah, box office.
So the
charts
movie
and stuff
cost like
that.
$250 to $300 million to make money back. Now this film doesn't. Yes, of course, this film probably in a perfect world would have made $1 billion. No film this year is making $1 billion. But people want to go back to the movie theaters.
They do,
and you need to put new movies in there. Well, Christopher Nolan, he always praises film theaters are the biggest thing. So Tenet, really, we're both looking forward to it. Dying to see this damn film. I'm truthfully, man, I'm more curious to see how they handle press stuff. Do I get an early screener? Do I get to bring a guest? Are they even going to do screeners this year? Are they going to give me digital screeners? Because, like, for me, I have a Warner Brothers app that they would throw, like, award-winning films on last year for me to watch through. It's nearly impossible. Like, I'm sure it's nearly impossible to record or anything on there. I'm sure someone will find a way around it. But only press and stuff have that app. You could throw it on that fucking app if you need to.
Yeah.
To get people to watch it. So it's a weird style. But so what they're doing is August 26th, I think, is the week before Labor Day. That weekend, every other country but the United States will get it, which is usually the reverse. Then on Labor Day weekend, we get it, whatever states have it, and the theaters open. Again, very, very interesting to see that. But the other thing this affects is piracy. What stops someone in another country from recording it and me watching it that same weekend?
Oh, for sure.
Nothing. Well, and here's the thing. I'm not going to do that because I want to experience it in the best way, but that doesn't stop other people.
Quality.
And then how many times you see on Instagram someone recording something or Snapchat.
Yeah.
And, and that's what's going to be annoying. And it just curious to me on what they're going to do. And I think if Tenet goes well, other films will follow suit. We won't just see Tenet doing this. We'll see the Mulan, which also got pushed back. We'll see Dune. We'll see Wonder Woman. But at this point, a lot of these films, you could also throw... Mulan, I really want to see in theaters. I think it's going to be a really cool film, different type of Disney live-action thing. But like Black Widow, and as a culture thing, that's a big film. Black Widow's another one. I don't need to see that in theaters. I want to. Just throw it on Disney+.
It's not going to be...
Like Soul, another film. As a culture film, that film should go in the theaters because it's the first African-American represented Pixar film.
Okay.
That film should go in the theaters. But there's rumors that it's going to go on Disney+. I'm like, I get why, but... It's such a big thing. You know what I mean? Like, you're kind of... I get it. In a perfect world, it would have been... But guys, we need to wear our fucking masks, guys. Like if you want us to go back, just deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And, yeah, even... just, I mean, it's, again, it's a little bit of a controversial topic, but...
Streaming networks are killing it right now.
Yeah. Oh. anything, if you have okay, so just if you have a product or an idea for a product or service, whatever, that is designed for these times right now of like best to be at home to use it like a streaming service, man, you will make a killing right now.
Yeah.
I see the people wearing a mask but have it below their nose. I don't even know how to really feel about it, in the sense of like, I don't know if that's worse than not wearing a mask, because it's like, yes, I'm wearing a mask,
but I'm dumb,
but
and
I'm not.
It right.
Yeah. Well, it's
no. I really think they're just stupid.
Like, like your nose is exposed.
You sneeze.
If someone else has it, you're gonna get. I mean, again, that even just wearing the mask, like, does it really prevent it? I don't know.
Can I be honest?
I don't know. I'm not an expert.
Our generation and our age group, I've seen more people wear masks, but I've also seen them be dumb and go to parties. And then the people who don't wear masks,
because you don't.
The older people.
People aren't really thinking. They don't think about.
Like, would you go to a party?
No.
Like, no.
Because I don't like wearing a mask. I know that, like, yes, you don't like. I'm just someone that informs themselves and just thinks. I'm not trying to like be this. Oh, I'm perfect. I know what I'm. Yeah, talking about shit. I live my life and it works for me. I read things and I put that in my head.
Yep.
This is how I live my life with this whole thing. I read on the CDC website and I see, okay, it says that you don't have to wear a mask outside. Awesome. I never thought you had to.
Yeah.
They say that like 6 feet apart is the best way to basically go throughout your whole life.
Because you can still wear a mask and sneeze through it, and stuff can't get through. It just withdraws.
Yeah, and it says just 6 feet apart is the best thing. Not wear a mask. 6 feet apart.
I saw this picture, and this lady had her hand in an elevator. She had her hand on the wall.
Yeah.
Mask on her hand off. The backside you wear was touching the wall.
So,
on a sign that says, please wear a mask.
So, that's one aspect of it that I put in consideration. Right, cool. Anytime I go someplace that says, please wear a mask, I conform and I just wear a mask.
Yeah.
I used to not wear a mask when I'm going to the gas station, because I'm like, I don't feel like I need to wear one. Yeah. I'm just grabbing something. I'm away from everybody. Like, if I am.
Yeah.
I don't go around people when I'm going around the places. So I would just grab my shit, pay for it, stay as far back as possible as I need to. But they even have those plexiglass
and they usually
things.
have stickers on the floor that says, please stand here.
Yeah, and I do. And when I pay, I say, thank you very much. Can I get some hand sanitizer? Yeah. Get some hand sanitizer, and I'm out.
You want to know something?
And now I wear a mask now.
At my work, we have those stickers. I want you to ask me, out of probably the 3,000 people I've rang up since we've opened back up.
No one has paid attention to them.
One person I've rang up.
And that's what infuriates me. It's just, pay attention.
And it was shocking to me, because I was like, I can't really hear you, but I get thank you.
Again, more to just how I live my life. I do all those things. Do my hair is long as fuck, because I don't go and get a haircut, because I'm like, I guess it's a good excuse for me to let my hair grow up, because I don't want to get the virus. I'm just more a person that doesn't really care about my hair that much.
I went and
got a haircut. Go and get a massage. I'm not getting my nails done with my girlfriend or whatever. I'm not doing I'm not doing any of that.
Well, see, like when I got my haircut, the lady's like, you don't have to wear your mask. I'm like, no, if you have to wear a mask, I have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
It's fair.
That's fair.
If you're cutting my hair, it's not fair if I, for some reason, have this virus that I just don't know about, because maybe I'm asymptomatic.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to take it home to your kids or your husband or your animal. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know if you have a grandmother you're taking care of.
Yeah, and so I know people that have gotten it, my personal life.
Same.
Right? That have gotten it, and I asked them like it was like a cold, right? And I was talking to my dad the other day, and he's kind of like my uncle. Truthfully, I grew up with him. Basically, my dad's brother, and like he grew up with him, him since like in school, and he got it, and he's on day 11, and he's like fighting for his life right now.
Yeah.
And he just found this out, and I'm like almost to tears. I'm like, holy shit! Like reading because my dad screenshot on Facebook and like sent it to me. He's like lost a lot of weight. Talks about like how bad it is, like just like all these things where you hear people saying like when they get in, it's like trying to get air is like a struggle. That's what he was going through, like crawling in and out of the shower. And it opened my eyes.
It affects every person differently.
Right? And my dad put it in a perspective, or put it in a different lens of wearing a mask, right? And like, because I'm just a person, like, I don't want, like, if I'm doing my own thing, don't tell me wear a mask, right? And he's like, because that happened to me. I was by myself, I'm outside, my own business, and at one of the places I work at, on Dexcom property, doesn't matter if it's inside or outside, you need to have a mask on unless you are on your smoke break, you're eating, or you're drinking something. And I was like, I just bit my tongue because I was outside. And I was like, don't like tell me to wear a mask, right? And I was like, telling my dad that incident. He's like, and that's when he told me about basically my uncle Mark.
Yeah.
And he's like, you have to just like think about this now. It's like, because I was kind of like the same way, and I think people like think about this too. Just more food for thought is like when someone tells you, hey, can you wear a mask? Like, put your mask on. You don't know if that person's mom, grandma, whoever it may be, someone super close to them that got it and is either passed from it, has developed some really bad terminal illness, they're fighting for their life right now. You don't know, because a lot of people probably don't have anybody that got it or may have gotten it and just shrugged it off like, oh, maybe this is not that big of a deal. Because I was in that. It's a different
perspective. Yeah. And like one time I told someone they couldn't come in, like I was like, oh yeah, you have to wait outside, we got capacity. And this dude literally goes, you're a fucking idiot. He goes, this shit's all fake, and just stormed right in. I'm not doing anything. My manager said, fucking leave him. But the lady next to me, who was also working with me, she goes, my uncle had it and died. Yeah. She goes, this sounds fucked up with me. She goes, I hope he gets it. So that way he thinks it's fake. It's not fucking fake.
Yeah, it's not fake. And again, I've never been a negative person this whole thing. It's more of like, I'm doing my own thing. I don't bother anybody else. Leave me alone. And having now this perspective lens, I'm like, I feel like an asshole. Because I've never, not because I said something ever, but I just had that mentality of like, man, leave me alone. I'm not bothering you. And it's so true. It's like, I don't know if they're going through something. Yep. And yeah, just right now, it's a very, like, I don't like wearing a mask, but hey, I wear it. I do what I need to do. I want normality, and it sucks. But it's like, we might be getting there, and it's like, no, I think this is our norm. Yep. So, yeah, it sucks.
Which, let's get to, all right, so we got 3 more topics to go through. We're just going to rapid fire these so we can get to the viewer questions. All right, we're going to bring up the tone a bit. Guys, wash your hands. Wear your mask. Hands.
Just, if someone says, hey, you got to wear a mask in here, just get pissed off in your head. Wear a mask, get what you needed to get, and then leave.
Or stay the fuck home. Fuck home.
Or just do that. Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't go out if I need to. I stay home, and basically that's how I live my life. I don't do things I don't need to do. I stay away from his people as much as possible. I don't go see even certain family members.
Yep. If you don't have to, you don't have to. All right, Hawkeye series is going to start filming later this year. Thumbs up, thumbs down. He's supposedly still supposed to be the Ronin in it, so he'll still have his sword and shit. Excited? Yep.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be kind of like Arrow.
And a better version of Arrow. Haley Steinfeld, who's from True Grit, Bumblebee, she's going to be playing Kate Bishop, which in the comic books ends up taking over the mantle of Hawkeye. Cool. All right. I'm all for it. All right. DC Fandom's coming up on August 22nd, and the Snyder Cut, they just had the Justice Con over the weekend. The Snyder Cut is officially going to be longer than 3 hours long. So it's rumored to be a mini-series, do 30-minute increments or an hour increments every other week. The Snyder Cut first clip has been shown. They've officially shown a first clip with the announcement that the runtime, if it'll be a movie or a mini-series, the first trailer, and the poster and the actual title of it, because it's not going to be called Snyder Cut Justice League, will be announced at DC Fandom on August 22nd, which is this giant DC con. They're going to announce everything,
my question to you.
Yes.
Is this not... we talked about this previously, but it's... I need to ask this. Is the Snyder Cut 100... like, not 100%, but for the most part, a completely different version of it?
Let me get to that. So first off, let me explain Fandom real fast to everyone. So Fandom is pretty much DC's own Comic-Con for 24 hours. They're going to go through Flash, the Flashpoint movie. They're going to go Aquaman 2, Shazam 2, The Batman, Robert Pattinson, and they're gonna
just all upcoming
every DC film that's been announced, plus rumors that they're gonna show off 3 to 5 new films and announcing what they're doing.
Okay,
so one of them is rumored to be Batman fucking Beyond.
I am excited for this because I am a huge DC fan. I like Marvel.
Yeah,
but I
grew up with DC more.
No, not even that. I'm a person. I like underdogs. Yeah. I like when
you want them to come up.
Yeah, I like everybody loves a comeback story.
And I'll say their predictions real fast. I think Wonder Woman 3 gets announced easily through the trilogy. Done. I think we get a Batman Beyond announcement with Michael Keaton coming back and Tim Burton. I also think we'll get a Green Arrow. I think we'll get not Birds of Prey, but a Gotham City Sirens, which will kind of be like a solo kind of spin-off to it. And I think we get Lobo. That'd be cool. I think they need their own Deadpool. So, all right. But Snyder Cut. He announced at Justice Con that, so obviously, Snyder left, his daughter committed suicide, a lot of shit happened on set.
A lot of unfortunate
Joss Whedon come back. Joss Whedon came on set, which a lot of shit's come out against him now, that he was abusive on set, shit like that.
Yeah.
And pretty much, they reshot almost half the movie. Zack Snyder said in an interview at Justice Con, I would rather burn this film to the ground and never do it than use one of Joss Whedon's shots. So, some of the shots that made in the film were Snyder's. Those will be used. But anything Whedon used, no. The film was only 1 hour and 50 minutes. If the film is truly almost 4 hours long, it's going to be a nearly completely different version.
Wow.
There's rumors Martian Manhunter will show up. There's rumors that Green Lantern will show up. Because the military guy from Man of Steel is Martian Manhunter. They've said that. So the first clip they showed was a scene that was not in the original, which is Superman coming down to talk to Alfred, and he's in the black fucking suit.
Yeah.
And oh my god. And Zack Snyder talked that he argued to have the black suit, and the studio was like, nope, that's not Superman. Well, now this is his version. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He got to use the black suit, so he color corrected, and it looks like the black suit, and it looks awesome.
Holy shit!
So I'm excited.
If he's in a black suit,
yeah. And Darkseid's going to be in it. Darkseid is officially going to be in it. And Steppenwolf won't look like this human with a giant axe. He'll legit be Steppenwolf.
He looks like Steppenwolf.
So that'll be awesome.
Yeah, that was another thing I hated about it. It was like Steppenwolf just looks like...
Looks dumb. And he said actually that was the easiest CGI thing to do, because what they did was the CGI version of that they did, they just built upon him. So they just took off all the shit, and they were like, oh, he's there. We could use the build for him. So it was smart.
So basically, the version of Steppenwolf and what we know.
They just threw extra layers on him and then took him off.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's basically the shell of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other cool thing they did was, and he also talked about this, was Junkie XL will be returning to do the score because he didn't get to do the first score, and Junkie XL is just
Who do you
awesome.
think has, did the best? Actually, yeah, just more of a side question. Who do you think has done the best score
for a comic book film?
No, for a movie, in your opinion.
Okay, so my favorite score of all time is John Williams' Indiana Jones. It's iconic. It's perfect. Okay. It's perfect. Star Wars, John Williams also did. So if we're talking about composer, probably John Williams. He's the best score. He's done E.T., Jaws, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. I mean, those are probably the 4 most iconic scores of all time. But
really fast, just to touch up, because you just show, I know probably from people listening, you understand how intelligent Zach is with movies and film and stuff like that.
Yeah, I try to be.
But let's just pause right there. Zach, you're fucking intelligent when it comes to this shit.
I try to be.
Really fucking intelligent.
That's why I like doing this podcast, though, because
that's why I like talking to you.
You represent the general movie going audience, you know, and I represent the hardcore.
Well, that's why I also you're one of my friends. You're very knowledgeable in something, and I enjoy.
And you are too, and that's how we balance each other.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about us and in general. But what's one of your favorite scores, real fast? Like one that comes out the head. Because for me, another one that's not John Williams is Inception. Inception sticks in my head.
If it's not an iconic score like that, when I'm a little bit biased because it is one of my favorite movies and it's by someone that I enjoy as an actual artist, but Trent Reznor for Social Network.
Yes. That film in mid-90s. Incredible scores.
I'm a bit I am biased because I do enjoy him as an artist. But just the sound, again, the score and the tone of because I recently watched it again.
Yeah.
It's so
It's such a good movie.
Like
It's
the
fucking perfect.
beginning where he's running back to his dorm, like we're just going through all like the credentials of stuff, like that score where then you have the heavy piano,
Yeah.
and like it's all during nighttime. It's just like and something.
Did you see
bad
the new
is happening.
Suspiria?
No.
If I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure Trent did the score for
really?
that. Yeah. I mean, just listen to the score in general. You know, I mean, I recommend the movie because I think it's great.
What movie?
Suspiria 2018.
All right.
It's
After we're
a
done with
very
this,
fucked up horror film.
after
To
we're
be
done with
honest,
this, send me like
What
the
it-
trailer,
yeah,
and then
okay.
I'll watch it.
okay, because it's
I
a
just need to
remake.
remember
It's a
of it.
remake, but it's really good. I think you can stream it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, cool.
So if you have Amazon Prime,
yeah.
definitely do that.
But yeah, if it's not like something iconic like that, definitely
Yeah.
for sure. Like,
And I like that. I like that choice. Another one I wanted to give, and this is a recent one, Ludwig, who just did the Mandalorian score. Excellent
yeah.
score. He was nominated for it for an Emmy. Congrats to him. He's doing Tenet's score, which I haven't heard any aspect of. I'm so excited to hear what he can do because this is the first Nolan film that hasn't used Hans Zimmer. So
Okay.
it's really interesting. But
do you know what we should do a podcast on, because you're this knowledgeable, and I don't think a lot of people really pay
Best
attention.
scores?
No, not scores. Just the technical aspects and like psychology behind
Yeah.
movies. Like I don't think a lot of people, because you know this and you'll be able to touch on this subject way more than I can, but the subtle psychologies of different filters to give it a different tone.
Yeah.
Of like a cooler tone.
and that's what I've been noticing a lot more in filmmaking is like the tone, the
Yeah.
filters, and how some films are over filtered. Like a lot of action films are very over filtered. Like Extraction with Chris Hemsworth, really like it, but the problem with that film was it really was overly saturated.
And that's how, honestly, and a lot of people might not notice this, but that's the same thing with Marvel films. There's a 100 and almost 110% a consistent filter in the way Marvel films
And some are
work.
different.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think Guardians has a little bit of a different filter.
Well,
Endgame,
Guardians is like
Doctor
Guardians
Strange.
yeah, exactly. And Thor, too, has a little bit more of that vibrant, colorful rainbow.
Yeah.
And there's some that are.
And I like when they go different, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
still feel in the same world. That's what I like about
But that's
it.
why I just want to like. We should probably do something
Yeah,
like this.
I like
the
that
psychology
idea. We
aspect
should.
of
And the
movies.
other thing I want to give is with the DC universe, this DC universe we have.
Mm.
The filters, I mean, they obviously have been trying to figure out what kind of tone they want to go with. Suicide Squad is not the tone they should have gone with. And Batman v Superman, I actually think was the perfect tone to go with. You just, to the critical mass, the way you marketed the film wasn't the way it came out. It was more of a drama than it was an action film. And
For me, I think the perfect tone, but it wouldn't work within making other movies within DC, is first 3 Batmans, man.
the Nolan films.
Like,
And I think it works.
I think, like, just because I'm saying, like, I don't think it'd work in a DC universe because you have so many
Different characters. Like
that have,
Shazam
like-
couldn't do that. But
Exactly.
Shazam, or just in general, use your own tone. If Batman's more serious, keep Batman. But when you bring them all together, it's okay to kind of mix
Yeah.
it up.
But it
and
was-
I think that's... Look at the Avengers.
But it was cool with what I'm saying is, like, with Batman, it was very realistic.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't like some crazy like.
Which, that's how the Robert
Super-
Pattinson Batman's supposed to be. More realistic. More grounded.
Yeah, and
The detective.
if they were able to keep Batman that way, where it's like his movies are that way, but somehow have him be a little bit more of that Batman that can hold his own when, example, Shazam comes in. If they're able to somehow be able to mix that, like, again, I'm a person that likes underdogs. I want DC to be, they're just as good.
Yeah.
as
I hope at this
Marvel.
panel...
Not better, just
yeah.
as
I
good.
hope at this con they pretty much say, this is our plan.
Yeah.
We are doing it. So with that said, Snyder Cut. Yes. Supposed to be a very different version of Justice League. Because I liked the version we got, but it wasn't the best. Now, I'm going to tell you right now. Title prediction. This is my title. It's not going to be called Snyder Cut Justice League or Justice League the Snyder Cut. I think it's going to be... Or Zack Snyder Snyder Cut. I think it's going to be called Justice League Unlimited. Or Justice League Ultimate. Like, the ultimate version of that. Or the... You know what I mean? It's easy. It's simple. Kind of ties back to some of the older comics.
Okay.
But I'm
Last
I'm psyched.
question?
Yes.
Do you have one more question?
No, I was going to go into the viewer questions.
One more question.
Yes.
God of War 6. What do you want from it?
Or is it God of War 5 or 6?
Or 6, whatever you want.
5, 6.
What do you want from it?
I want him to beat the shit out of Thor.
I
Listen
mean,
to me. I want him to take that fucking hammer
Dude,
from
you
him.
know-
Because let's be honest, Kratos will be able to lift the hammer.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Sure.
And I want him to...
Yeah, Kratos is worthy enough.
So
hop freaking mythology.
can I tell you this?
I'm really
because they've already said that they plan on doing 3 games in this trilogy, and then doing the Egyptian gods next.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna tell you this.
No,
Do you think
this? So the next, I don't know how many years I'm still gonna be a gamer because mythologies, love mythologies. And they're gonna do each. Fucking
Can I
Egyptian.
ask you something?
Holy shit.
Atreus will be the main character for the Egyptians, 100%.
Yes.
No way in hell Kratos survives till that one. He has been.
I'm gonna cry when if he
So I
dies
have
or
a
whatever
question.
happens. I'm gonna cry.
Do you think he dies this one? I'm not saying the beginning like they did with someone else in a recent game. I think he dies at the end.
Maybe.
But it also
Maybe.
depends how long it's been for this game.
But
how many years has it been since the
correct. I think it depends on how. If they make Atreus, his son, the main character in his playstyle, because it has to feel like a God of War game. I think they understand that, even though.
Do you think Atreus will be older in this one, or do you think he'll still be the same age? I have a feeling he'll be a little bit older, but because at the end, if you get the after credit scene, Thor did show up.
Yeah.
Or was it Odin? It was Thor.
It was
right?
Thor. It was Thor.
But was that a dream sequence, or was that like
I don't know?
Legit? Because I don't think we know if it was a dream sequence. or not.
They didn't confirm that.
So I think it was a dream sequence, but that's what's to come.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna find them 5 years later, maybe, and they're hiding. You know.
Yeah, they're like the gods. I don't know. Yeah, even though remember the guy, I can't remember his name, the dude that made God of War. He's like
Corey Balrog.
Yeah, he loves the old God of War games, but he didn't want to do another God of War game.
So he wanted to do something more story based that ties in.
But no, even just like the mechanics, how it all felt. And he's like, this still feels like, and I would agree, it still is a God of War game.
I think
that's what I'm saying.
I could never imagine going back to the other ones.
I could not either. And that's what
4
I'm
is the best one, you think, right?
Oh, 100%.
It's probably, honestly, you know what's crazy? 4, 3, 2, 1. That's how it goes as a ranking for the main 4. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, honestly. If we're not talking about like the small ones, 100%.
Yeah. Ascension's garbage.
Yeah. So yeah, if they can, if they make Atreus the main character, they need to figure out how are we going to make him the main character and still have that God of War feel, because they did
they're gonna want Atreus to have the blades. You want Atreus to have maybe he's gonna play differently, but he still needs to feel like God of War.
Yeah.
So actually, looking at that, I think Kratos dies in the last one.
I'm thinking that, and then the Egyptian one, something. I don't know how they're gonna be able to do that.
The very last one, you play as both Atreus and Kratos.
Yeah.
So
I don't even thinking of that. They not once have mentioned how Kratos got from Asgard, right?
Well, because he's in Norway, I guess technically.
North.
So pretty much the way that
they never said how he got from Greek to.
But
Norse.
the way I look at it, I wonder if it's just you go to that different land, whatever gods you believe in, that's the gods that rule that area.
I don't know. It might be something of being, when you're able to go to different realms, something with like that. Maybe.
I think Atreus' mother's backstory is gonna be a big part of the next one too.
And they'd even mention how, again, maybe it's something where he died by the Spartan. There's so many different things that happened in the third one. That's there's a lot
could have happened. So
how is Athena? Right?
Fuck. Yeah.
She's from she followed him as a ghost.
Where's she at now?
Well, no, right? No, Athena.
I think so. I could be wrong.
Is that the ghost that follows him in the third one?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. Because she is in with him in the fourth one, right?
I don't think so.
Is she?
I don't remember. I have to replay the fourth one. I can't remember. I loved it though, and
even finding all the Valkyries too.
Yeah.
I beat every single one.
I bet you did.
I almost threw my controller out the wall.
I bet. I've watched some videos on them. I'm just excited to see what they do next, to be honest. That's my most anticipated game.
Other than Cyberpunk, I would say so.
Hasn't even been officially announced, but we know it's coming.
I just hope they don't do an announcement trailer. I hope they show a little bit of gameplay, but not.
I want them to do exactly what they did with Horizon. Because you could tell Horizon was in-game, but also CGI. A mix of it.
Yeah.
Do a mix. I'm fine with that. I don't need to get a full gameplay demo. To be honest, I don't even want to watch a gameplay demo.
I don't need a gameplay demo, but I would like, if you're gonna show something, you don't need to give me a full demo. Just give me, all right.
And then details.
Yeah, I would like to give, not a lot, just a little bit. All right, that's how it's probably gonna look and play. But I don't need to see the full fleshed out thing. I just need like, all right,
it's gonna be
that's an idea.
That's why I think, because I liked Atreus in the first one, but I think this next game's gonna make us really like him, because I think they're gonna start putting those stones in. It's like building blocks. It's like, hey, this is who you're going to eventually play. There's no way Kratos makes it to the Egyptian gods.
I mean, he might.
Maybe.
He might be that bad at, like, it'd be kind of cool to see,
dude,
Kratos be
able, who could kill Kratos? Well, any character, comic book, TV show, movie, who could kill Kratos?
He killed Zeus.
I know. Also, one of the shout out to
right
that.
There.
Also, one of the best boss battles. One of the best boss battles ever is killing Zeus.
Oh, 100%. It was so long. And that's also another thing I love about God of War. Every boss is an actual boss and is over the top. The dragon boss in God of War 4.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
And he stands there as like the mouth goes right between them. I was like,
why do I want to play God of War?
I'm gonna. Yeah, if I had to play,
just go buy one.
I'm not gonna go buy one.
Buy one for $150.
Oh,
they're not that expensive.
That's actually not a bad idea.
$150.
$150. That's not.
Pretty sure you could buy like the original PlayStation for that.
But that's my only thing. I don't want to. And
you
have
do
a
want
fucking jack because that's my biggest thing. I told you is like my original PlayStation that I got that spring it came out.
Yeah.
Everything was completely fine. I never once understood what the whole meme was of like the jet going off with the family PlayStation. Never understood it. They didn't get it, and because I never experienced that, my PlayStation was pristine.
Do you miss it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like an asshole for getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Like that thing treated me so nicely. Never had a problem with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did I do? Like, yeah, I know why, because I want to get it. Thought I wanted to Switch. Sold the PlayStation.
Then sold your fucking Switch within
the
because
week. I did not like it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not.
It's not for you. Yeah.
Because I thought it was like maybe it's for casual players. Maybe it's for like both casual players and also extreme because it's portable. You can.
It is. I think it is for both, but it just depends on what games you want.
Yeah. That was it. I'm not like there's not a.
What if they put Borderlands 3 on there? You can move all your shit over.
Maybe.
They have 2 and 1 on there right now, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, they just put 1 and 2 on there. And BioShock, every BioShock game.
Yes, I could see myself playing it, but my biggest thing is it has to run smooth.
It does.
Does it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the graphics take a hit, but it runs smooth.
That's my...
Like, dude, I have Doom on there. The first Doom runs great.
Really?
Yeah, it runs really smooth and the shit, so
maybe that's the thing, because I don't think a heavy... Yeah, that's like...
When you got it when the... Remember you called me, you're like, should I buy it? Like, there's one right here.
Yeah, but that was I bought a Switch twice.
Yeah.
I bought it that one time when it was really scarce, and I was like, I called you, and you told me to get Splatoon. And I was thinking about getting Mario Kart. Like, Splatoon, I think you'll like better. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then played Mario Kart on it. I was like, oh, this is where, like, it's at.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Maybe, again, that's also, like, why I'm not a huge fan of, like, Apple Watches or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting there. It's just, you're limited to doing so many things on this screen.
I get that.
I want something where it's like, oh,
this is cool.
Like, the Switch feels like I'm actually playing like a PlayStation. There's no frame drop.
Mm-hmm.
It just eats up
whatever. You know what's
funny?
There's less frame drop on the actual thing than there is when you boot it to your TV.
No shit.
No, seriously.
Oh, wait, when you boot it... Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So when you're trying to port it to your TV and, like,
that
when you
makes
have
sense.
it in, it's weird.
That makes sense.
I think it's weird, actually. Really? To be honest, that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild looks better on my handheld and runs better than when I slide it in, pull the controllers out.
It's because it's optimized for that screen size, not when you're blowing
That's
it
true.
up.
But it depends on the game. Some games look different. Some games look
because
bad,
I would say
some are optimized for both. Some aren't.
Yeah, like Bayonetta, I bet.
No, Bayonetta looks like shit on the TV.
Does it?
Yeah.
I
honestly,
maybe.
and can I be honest? Bayonetta 1 is a piece of shit of a game. I tried replaying it. The game's fucking terrible. Second one's really good. Second one's really good.
Yeah, the second one's fun.
But let's jump into the viewer questions. We got a couple in here. Again, guys, if they're very unique, we're going to answer them. And Tyler has to be able to answer them too, so I can't just be the only one. Why do you think other services are having so much trouble with original content compared to Netflix? This is from Connor Diaz.
Great question. Because
they're relying on...
Wait, one more time.
Why do you think the other services are having so much trouble with original content? So like he gives examples like Umbrella Academy and Transformers. The show comes out this week on Netflix. Both really big shows.
Ozark, honestly,
yeah. I'm gonna be honest, because Netflix hasn't always been like that though. They used to really rely on the Daredevils, the Punishers.
Yeah, the stuff that they didn't have to really make original content.
You say original content. Umbrella Academy is not original. It's based off a comic book. They bought that. They knew, hey, this could be a really cool show. They bought the rights to a majority of the Kick-Ass comics and stuff too.
But it's original in the way no one's ever made. No one's never made a movie or a show out of it.
And he asked, like, why do the studios? For me, I'll just say this: Netflix is the one that's been around the longest.
Well, I wouldn't say that, and also they have full control. They don't answer to anybody. They are their own studio, so they're able to have 100% oversight of every single production. Like, no, we don't like how this tone is going. If you really know, like, yes, there are a lot of Netflix shows and movies that just get written off, and hey, and for good reason, and some for not. But like, for example, Ozark, you can tell that it, like you said, it's some of the best TV on
ever.
Did
you watch 3 yet?
Not yet, dude. I need to. I will.
You need to watch that and Watchmen, the show.
I've watched a little bit of Watchmen, and it's good. But to more of like Ozark, it's progressively gotten better, and I think again the reason why is they have full oversight of it all. They can say like, we don't like how this is going. And if you listen to a lot of
the creators say, no, Netflix never steps in. Sometimes they'll be like, hey, you're gonna get 10 episodes. Hey, you're gonna get 8 episodes this season. Yeah, that's how much we'll pay for. And smart.
Yeah, and so that's again, they don't really control what is going on. They have oversight, but they let everybody that's creating.
The other thing I'll throw in is a lot of services actually do have a lot of really good original content, but no one ever watches it because they don't know how to market it. Apple TV has like 4 really great fucking shows and no one watches it. HBO Max has Doom Patrol and no one watches Doom Patrol.
Or The Good Boys.
The Boys on Amazon Prime,
the Boys,
which is kind of getting a little bit better. There is a lot of original content out there, but truthfully, a lot of people might have it, but when it comes to Netflix, almost every single person, you could turn left and right, and I guarantee both the people around you have Netflix. Yeah, but if you turn, hey, do you have HBO Max? Probably not. Hey, do you have Hulu? Oh, yeah, but I never use it.
What is also... It's like... There's a few aspects you can go with that. You can say that it's because of pop culture, and we, like, again, example... How many of you watched Tiger King but never watch anything else on Netflix that was original? That is actually noteworthy and amazing to watch. It's simple as we just live in a weird culture where it's like a lot of people are not going to go for the things that are really like deeply meaning and are actually good. A lot of times people are just going to watch something on Netflix or whatever because of pop culture, because you want to be able to have those conversations with people.
I agree with you.
Because it's not... I mean, it's hard to find, not really talking shit about people, but people like us, and why I love talking to Zach and why we're friends is because I can talk. He's a specific person. I can watch something or like I'm into about my life, example, movies and games, and I can go to you and I can talk to you about them and really get into the shits with it.
Even if we disagree.
Exploit. Yeah. And
I absolutely hate when someone says, I don't like that. But why?
And you don't have a reason why? You can't give it, like, why?
Like, so I'm not going to say who it is. You can ask me afterwards.
Yeah.
We have one friend who I asked, I'm like, oh, you should watch Nightcrawler. I've seen that. It's terrible. Why is it terrible? It's just dumb. but why is it terrible? I literally kept asking, I'm like, but why is it terrible? Like, he gives a good performance, blah, blah. She goes, I just hated the main character. I'm like, but that's the main point of the movie.
You're not supposed to like him.
But it's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, he's an actor.
He's an actor.
He's playing a character.
You want to know who it is, don't you?
I have an idea, but we'll talk
I'm pretty
about
sure
it
you
on
know.
There. We won't mention people's names if they're not here.
But yeah, so let's move on to the next question. Damien Scott asks us to list 10 movies that deserve sequels. Now, I'm not going to list 10 because that's too many. Let's do the top 3 that pop into our head. I'm going to say this right off. I'm not going to give reasons because we're just shooting fire through these. District 9 deserves a damn sequel.
100%.
The Nice Guys deserves a damn sequel. And number 3, Alien Covenant. If it never gets a fucking sequel, I'll be pissed.
I agree 100 because that's another one of my movies I absolutely love is District 9. I want to know what the fuck happens. He got on the ship and he's like, I'll be back. And look, if you watch that movie, at the very end, he's 100% an alien. And it's like, if we never get one, I'll be upset, but I will be somewhat okay because of how good that movie was. I'm going to be honest,
I think that's a movie we see a sequel in like 10 years.
I hope so.
Well, I mean, it's been 10 years. But
Eli Roth, please, like...
It's not Eli Roth.
I mean...
It's a guy who made Chappie and Elysium. Oh, my God. Neil Blomkamp.
Thank you. I don't know why I thought it was the dude that made Hostel for whatever reason.
He's doing the Borderlands movie.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's going to be awesome.
I think he... perfect director for it. But yeah, that... Oh, God. Looper.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one.
I can't think of any.
Okay.
Like, those two for sure.
We'll move on. Okay, so Vegetable Entertainment Review says, what is the best original show from each streaming service? So one that is, he gives a lot of. So I'm gonna only have us pick from. We're gonna go through them. The ones that I know you've watched from.
Okay.
That way we can. So Netflix. Best original show. Ozark. He asked for the Peacock. I have not watched Peacock. I'm sure you haven't watched Peacock. HBO Max. You can just do HBO. Honestly,
Game of Thrones. Oh.
Probably okay.
Original Game of Thrones? Or the beginning of Game of Thrones?
Let me do this. Leftovers.
But Sopranos is really good.
I've never seen the Sopranos. I need to though. Really good. Okay,
Entourage.
Entourage. Yep. Okay, so
there's a few. There's a few.
Disney Plus, Mandalorian. There's nothing. There's not. The Clone Wars. I don't count Clone Wars because it was before. Prime Video, The Boys, or Marvelous Miss Maisel.
I would say The Boys is the only thing I've watched on there that I was.
You should watch Miss Maisel.
Miss May. I believe
It's a good show. It's a really good show.
It takes place back in like the
she's a
50s or something. Yeah. I need to watch that.
Apple TV, have you watched anything from it yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so I'll just say Defending Jacob and Hulu. Handmaid's Tale is the only thing I've watched on it that's exclusive.
Yeah. Handmaid's Tale. Honestly, the book's really good too.
I've heard the book is great.
I need to read the second one.
Now I'm going to take... We got 2 more questions. All right. Josephine DeMarco asks, do you think that the Oscars from now on should be held in late June with award season operating on a school year schedule? I personally think they should do this as it helps younger people engage more. I disagree. Now, the younger people thing, sure, that could work.
I like that question, though.
I like the question. The reason I disagree with you, though, is because younger people do not tune into the Oscars. Because half the time they have not seen half the movies because they're all rated R. Majority of the time, though...
Or just really mature for younger audiences that wouldn't understand the content.
Yeah, and that's the different thing. Now, when an Avengers or a Black Panther get nominated, obviously the viewings are always going to go up. But it depends if those are the best films of that year. Yeah. Tyler, you have anything else to add to that, or you disagree?
Just more of like... I don't really have that much of an opinion on it because I can agree with you on those things because it's like, it's true. It's obvious, like, that's also a reason why so many movies... are able to go through crazy box office. Like Avengers obviously is going to blow through it, but is it going to win an Oscar or deserve an Oscar compared to a movie that is super heavily driven in story?
Yeah.
In my opinion, no, but it's going to get those views.
I will say Endgame should have been nominated for Best Picture last year just because of what it's done.
How many years?
10 or 11, I think, of that.
Yeah, and how many movies?
And that 24, I think.
Yeah.
And this is the thing people need to remember. Even if you thought one was just so-so, they're all at least good.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's not a bad... Like, it's very hard to make a movie, guys.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. It's like, so, I mean, in a weird way, yes and no, should they deserve it? But, again, it's like, those movies that go to Oscars, those are going to generally be a more mature, more of a story-driven, meant for a audience that understands life truthfully and the different things and aspects of life.
Well, imagine Spotlight. It's about pedophilia in the churches. That film won Best Picture. I can tell you right now, I doubt any 12-year-old has ever watched that.
Or really, a lot of people don't even really know that whole thing, honestly, about religion and that. So it's just a weird, like, do you really think that people are going to be happy about watching that movie and going seeing that movie?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Now, Jonas Crabber wants us to rank the Ice Age series. I can't. I literally read that because I knew you would laugh. Let me tell you right now, Jonas.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah,
you're a great person.
Dude,
I've only seen 2 of them.
I might do that for him.
You're going to watch every Ice Age film.
How many Ice Age films are there?
There's like 6.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. That was a great question. That's hilarious. Ice Age.
Great.
Oh my god.
It's great. If you want my ranking, 3, 2, 1. That's all I've seen. I've never seen anything past that.
Oh my god. 2, 1, 3. If I can remember them vaguely.
All right. What 90s cartoon would you want to be made into a live action film? And then they asked us to who starred and direct. I can't do the star and direct, but I'll say what film. 90s cartoon.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. If that was in the 90s.
Yeah, that would be cool. Or Invader Zim.
Was Invader Zim during the 90s?
I think it was like 99.
I can't remember. It was like that weird
Could be
cusp.
wrong. But yeah, I'd like that. And then favorite era of Nickelodeon. That's actually a pretty cool question.
Oh, dude.
I don't know exactly the era, but let's just say the original with Rugrats, Rocket Power, all those. You know? I got this dope Rugrats shirt that says it's Tommy Hilfiger, but it's Tommy and Chucky in their outfits.
No shit.
Of like Tommy Hilfiger. And then we got Rocket Power ones, and they sold out like that, dude. I was so pissed.
It was Rugrats, but like a Tommy.
So it was like a parody of Tommy Hilfiger, but Tommy and Chucky were in like Tommy Hilfiger outfits.
That is probably one of the coolest.
And then they had a Rocket Power
idea.
one too, out the fucking door.
That was also Tommy too.
Yeah,
that's honestly probably one of the coolest. Like it's probably not an actual collaboration, but just that whole concept.
It's amazing.
That's
amazing.
So awesome.
It's awesome. I love that type of stuff.
I would probably agree with you, yes, but I do enjoy the iCarly Victorious kind of era.
Yeah.
Because I was also like
Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh.
Zoe 101.
Yeah. I didn't ever watch Zoe 101. But I watched Victorious a lot, watched iCarly a lot, obviously Drake and Josh, but that was also like a slow progression.
Yeah, as you're growing up and stuff.
Yeah. And that also
favorite Nickelodeon cartoon real fast.
Oh,
or like underrated one. For me, the 2 no one ever talks about, Angry Beavers, no one ever talks about.
Angry Beavers, awesome.
And Wild Thornberries people forget about. Cat and Dog. Remember the Wild Thornberries?
Dude, I completely forgot.
Blast the past,
Holy
man.
Shit. Dude, I love Rocket Power. Rocket Power was
so great. It's so
honestly
amazing.
Rocket Power is what got me into
skating. Yeah,
and like
I agree.
Being really interested in like California culture. Like they freaking surfed, rollerblades, skated.
Awesome. It's like Johnny Tsunami. Remember that from Disney Channel?
Man, that was Rocket Power was super cool. Even that.
Oh, Rocko's Modern Life.
Didn't Rocket Power even have a video game at one point?
I'm pretty. Yeah,
I think they did. Yeah.
You gotta miss them, man.
Yeah, I loved those eras. But yeah,
that's it, guys. That's the Good Boys podcast.
Yeah,
thank you so much for your viewer questions. Thank you for the Ice Age question. We didn't really mean to laugh at it. Like, I get what you're asking.
100%.
I wish we could rank them for you, but we're not going to do the.
I don't have time for that.
Unless you could guarantee me 1 million views on this podcast and 1 million subscribers. Not 1 million. If you could guarantee me to get 50,000 subscribers from just that one video.
Look, if this podcast can get how many likes?
If this podcast can get 100 likes.
If this podcast gets 100 likes, I will watch all 6 and rank every single one
depth.
If this can get 100 likes, I promise you, that's not a hard thing to do. No. And it's not a hard thing for me to sit down and watch all 6. It's just my mental capacity.
We will watch them together.
Well, I will sit down with notes, with the notepad, and take notes. Like I will legitly do this for you guys.
By the way, you haven't seen The Lighthouse yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay, I still want to do a video with you, so don't watch it yet. Okay. I'm starting a thing on my channel called First Time Watches. Okay. And I want to do My Friend Watches The Lighthouse for the first time.
Fucking down with that.
Perfect. So thank you guys again so much. But that's the goal. 100 likes. Share it.
You got 6 Ice Ages getting reviewed.
Yeah, and you have a week and a half? Yeah, you have a week and a half till we film the next one. So not this next upcoming. So this will go up on Saturday. So you have till not the next Thursday, but Thursday after this. So pretty much you have a week and a half to find 100 people or make 100 fake accounts.
And all you got to tell is like someone that you know that you like. Hey, type in this podcast and just like it. They don't even have to listen to it. Just like it.
Yeah.
And if you guys want a freaking Ice Age All 6 movie review, I will do that for you. Get it to 100 likes.
How many for a PS5 for us to buy?
Look,
you know what? I've said this. I've said this. If I were to get 50,000 subscribers by November, I'd buy a PS5 for people.
It is right now. Right now, PlayStation is saying that you're only allowed to get one PlayStation
per household. I don't know how you're gonna do that.
I don't know how you're
gonna buy one from Amazon and GameStop.
I don't know, but hey, let the people do what they want to do. I'm probably only gonna be able to get one.
Yeah.
I don't know what I might do with that PlayStation.
Yeah.
But if
Tyler's
if viewers are gonna be nice, if the podcast seems like it's grown a little bit, I might not even open that thing up. I might do it as a giveaway. I'm being damn serious.
Because I'll be honest,
I
tell you something? You really don't need it till God of War comes out.
Well, I don't need a new place. Like, I don't have a lot of time. I got disposable income. I'm like, you know what? It'd be nice to buy a PlayStation and have it. Do I need it right now? No. I was thinking about maybe flipping it. But if this podcast does shit, it might not even be worth a giveaway. It might be just worth to flip that thing depending how much they go out.
Give me that fist bump. I give that fist bump.
But honestly, like, if either the podcast does really well and like people are actually fucking with it and it's growing, I will 100 because I'm not a gamer like that.
Yeah.
If I can make someone else's day that much better, their year, like, holy shit, these cool dudes.
And you're not a felon.
Yeah, you're not a felon. These cool dudes that are just chilling, doing a podcast for shits and giggles are going to give away a PS5 or an Xbox, whatever the new one is. Yeah, I can do that for you guys. Yeah. I don't need.
So we'll start setting goals for that. Grow this podcast, share it, subscribe to this channel, rate us on iTunes, all that stuff, guys.
That's another thing that I just remembered to tell you. George said that the Good Boys podcast is on Pandora.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never put it on there. How do you get on Pandora?
I don't know. But he said that he was talking to someone and it's like, I was listening to some podcast on Pandora and the next one was this.
Huh.
And that's how
that thing happened. Mm-hmm. Damn. That's funny. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this. That's something interesting. You guys make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, rate us, all that sorts of stuff. And, of course, we will be talking about the Ice Age thing if you guys help us out. So, if you help us out, we'll talk Ice Age. So thank you guys again.
Stay safe out there. Stay healthy.
Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Wipe your ass. Thank you so much. And, of course, until next time, stay classy.
Later, guys.